Hello everyone, welcome. Today I'm going to be talking about Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. So I put a lot of effort into this one, I would say. This is part 1 of 2 for a little bit of a Resident Evil 7 series that I'm going to be talking about. So for this video, I'm going to be talking about the main game itself. And for the next game review video, I'm going to be talking about the 2 story extension DLCs that come with the game itself. It is going to be Not a Hero as well as the End of Zoe DLCs. So please stay tuned. Hopefully you guys enjoyed those 2 videos as well. And yeah, thank you very much for clicking. Like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Share with your friends. Alright, see you guys in a bit. Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. Spoiler warning. Plot spoilers will be a massive thing in this video. I will not be talking about every little detail, but I will be covering most of it. If you don't want a single thing spoiled, then I suggest not watching this video. Here's a secret warning. There will be a time where you will need to choose between 2 characters. This choice will determine one of 2 endings you can get, so choose wisely. It is July of 2017. You play the role of a man named Ethan Winters. A while before this, his wife Mia Winters had to go on a business trip of some sort. Not much is said about the trip in the beginning, but all will be revealed in due time. Mia later sends Ethan a distressing email as well as an address for Ethan to head to in Dulvey, Louisiana. Ethan drives to where the address is and hopes to save Mia from whatever trouble she has gotten herself into. Along the way to the back door of the Baker estate, Ethan witnesses a few strange sights. Altars made of saw blades, meat, and rope. An abandoned car, a strange man wandering around, and a massive pile of burning belongings that includes a purse with Mia's driver's license. Ethan enters the house and realizes the house, seemingly abandoned, is very much alive with wicked forces beyond Ethan's understanding. Ethan makes his way to the basement, which is rigged out to act as a prison to contain Mia. After Ethan frees her, he tries to make an escape with her, but something is horribly wrong with Mia. Soon, she begins lashing out in fits of devilish rage, attacking Ethan as well as speaking in what appears to be almost cryptic phrases such as, "She's in my head," and "I've been bad, I deserve this." As she says this last phrase, she knocks herself out by concussing herself using the wall. To make things short, Ethan ensues into multiple battle scenes where he must combat this corrupted Mia Winters. However, lethal damage doesn't keep her down for long. Upon the final fight against her, you are knocked out cold by the man of the house, Jack Baker. He's the same man that you saw wandering around the estate. When Ethan wakes ever so slightly, he sees Jack Baker dragging both he and Mia by the ankles towards the main parts of the Baker estate. During one of your fights with Mia, Ethan loses his hand to her chainsaw. So, when he flashes in and out of consciousness, he sees a young woman stapling his hand back onto his arm in order to heal him. Somehow, due to some strange medicinal fluid, his hand is still fully operational, albeit injured. Ethan finally wakes up entirely to the Baker family having a massive feast of what appears to be various body parts of probably dozens of people. They are all transformed into cannibalistic murderers that seem to hate all life, even one another at times. The names go as followed. Lucas Baker, he is the son of Jack and Marguerite Baker. The grandmother, all the way on the left, has no name. Well, not yet. After Ethan refuses to eat from the cannibal's dinner, Jack is ready to kill Ethan, However, he is thankfully interrupted by a phone call by the police. After Jack and the others leave, Ethan must shake himself free from the chair he is taped down to. In order to escape this house, he must find 3 metal dog heads to fit into the depressions on the front door in the main living room. You can easily get these metal dog heads from a book by opening it up, a clock which you need to replace the pendulum, and then a room inside the lowest levels of the home called the dissection room. In the dissection room there will be a boss fight. When collecting the final dog head, you will go against Jack Baker in another fight that seems much more difficult than that of the first time you fight him. The first time you fight him, you'll fight him in the garage. You can easily just beat him by going ahead and grabbing the car keys, going into the car, and crashing into Jack Baker a few times before he ensues with a cutscene. In the second boss fight, when you defeat Jack, you can officially escape the Baker family's new house, ready to meet up with the daughter of the Baker family named Zoe Baker. Zoe is the woman who has been helping Ethan through the many phone calls he received through the whole entire game. Zoe lives within a trailer outside of the house to avoid her now abusive and explosive family. Next on Ethan's list, Ethan must enter the old house where Marguerite resides in order to collect 2 different items to create an antidote for both healing Zoe and Mia from their molded influence. By the way, the molded is the main kind of enemy you must face off against within this game. They can come in many shapes and sizes. The molded is a fungus-based life form that can regenerate and take lots of damage before finally dying to your weapons. During your time trying to collect the D-Series head and D-Series arm, which are the items required to create that serum, you must face off against probably one of the most grotesque boss fights against Marguerite Baker. Marguerite Baker has received wicked abilities to control a series of bug-like molded creatures with this new molded influence that has taken hold of the entire Baker family. After defeating her, Ethan can take the D-Series arm from Marguerite's special shrine, which appears to be of a little girl that has almost been petrified while she was still alive. Within the voodoo-esque shrine girl, which I will simply refer to as the D-Series girl, there is some kind of DNA strand where, when combined with a certain flesh sample from a subject of the D-Series project, it can completely destroy any and all of the molded influence within someone's body. However, as described in the game, the window for saving someone from this using this serum is very slim, so there's a chance that the serum will kill that of which has been infected with the mold. However, in Mia and Zoe's cases, they will survive if they receive the serum. Before you can take the pieces of the D-Series girl to Zoe in her trailer, you learn that Lucas Baker has abducted both Mia and Zoe in order to force you to play through his Saw-style games and death traps. If you don't know, Saw is kind of like a series of horror movies where it involves things like death games and all sorts of stuff like that in order to try and force people to conquer their fears into a more sinister way. Like, they will try their best to conquer their addiction through fear tactics and self-mutilation. The only boss fight you gotta do here is really just a creature called the Fat Molded, which you can quickly take out with 2 flame rounds from the grenade launcher and I believe 4 to 7 shotgun shells. Sorry, having a stroke over here. Alright. After escaping an elaborate death trap meant to burn Ethan alive, Ethan manages to escape the place in order to reach the docks and fishing house where Mia and Zoe reside. Whenever you are about to save Mia and Zoe, Jack Baker appears one last time as a massive deformed monster with bulging orange eyes all over his body. Jack attacks Ethan and starts a boss battle where Ethan is forced to use one of the 2 serums that Zoe created, leaving a choice to make between both of them. Secret warning: Saving Mia is the good ending, where both Mia and Zoe survive. Yes, it will hurt betraying either Zoe or Mia in either choice, but saving Zoe will cause the main antagonist to kill Zoe and forces Mia to fight Ethan until he is made to actually kill her. Save Mia, for Zoe will be saved by Joe Baker in the End of Zoe DLC. I will be covering this in my next Resident Evil 7 video that will cover both Not a Hero as well as End of Zoe story expansions of the game. After Ethan leaves with who he has saved, they come across a massive ship that is wrecked inside of the bayou near the Baker estate. Due to a beastly tentacle that rises from the waters, their little boat is forced to crash onto the shore, causing both Ethan and the person he saved to wash up on different shores. Ethan is abducted by the antagonist, leaving you to play as Mia to save Ethan. Ethan, while knocked out, has a dream where he sees Jack Baker's ghost sitting in a room with him. However, whoever sits with Jack will change based on who you saved in the choice scene. Here's the scene now. I've already chosen to save Zoe for petty reasons, sorry. So you will see Zoe in the stream that I've recorded.
Ethan? Ethan? Hey, shh, I know. I'm not gonna hurt you. Hell, I never would have if I could have helped you.
What do you mean?
I'm no killer, son. Neither is Marguerite, nor my boy Lucas, or even Zoe here. That girl, Evelyn, she did this.
What the hell is she? No, what did she do to you?
She infected us with her gift. That's what she calls it. I found her near a busted out tanker in the bayou. Everything changed after that.
So she infects you and then she takes control?
No. Not exactly, son. She just... she forces her way into your mind, your soul. You can't fight back. You are connected to her, and you can't resist the urge to... Oh, you're a different person after that.
Just like Mia. So Mia sent me that message because of Evelyn.
Listen, the girl just wants a family of her own. She's the key, all right? You find her, and you stop her. Ethan, free my family. Please.
After this dream, Ethan discovers the reasoning behind everything with the help of some clues from his ventures through the Baker estate as well as that dream. He learns that there was a massive ship that was holding an active biohazard type event that contained this bioweapon that goes by E-001, codenamed Evelyn. Evelyn is a creature developed by a company wanting to make bioweapons that rival those of Umbrella Corporation. Umbrella Corporation, for those who don't know, they are actually the main antagonists of the Resident Evil franchise. They are the ones that make all the monster viruses, zombie viruses, whatever the case may be. And obviously they also send out people to try and clean it up as if they were people of good intentions. So they are a manipulative company that is wanting to seek for world domination through bioweapons. Alright, Evelyn can influence anyone and anything with her mold to create hideous monstrosities called the Molded. Evelyn, due to being a mold-based life form, quickly ages when under stress, making her look so much older than her intended age. Originally, Evelyn was intended to be looking around 8 years old, Evelyn also can make her victims hallucinate and give them regenerative properties, making more threats to aid her. Her hallucinations can actually hypnotize those that she affects. Evelyn has an obsession with making a family, so she influenced Mia to be the mother, Ethan to be the father, Jack and Marguerite to be her grandparents, while Lucas and Zoe to be either her older siblings or aunt and uncle. Ever since Evelyn was first created, she had an obsession with family due to living a whole life as merely a bioweapon. After Ethan and Mia make it off the ship, Ethan must make his way to the Baker home once again to put an end to Evelyn by using something he found out how to produce called an E-neurotoxin. That is just like the D-series serum you had to use to save Mia or Zoe. At last, you initiate a final boss against Evelyn in her new mutated form. After finally killing Evelyn, you are saved by Chris Redfield and an Umbrella Corporation team. Chris Redfield is the protagonist of the free DLC called Not a Hero. Be sure to claim that if you don't know that already. If you choose the good ending, you can save Mia and have hopes that Joe Baker will actually save Zoe. The final rating is a 43.5 out of 50 stars. The graphics is an 8.5 out of 10. The graphics are super realistic, however can get somewhat dodgy when the brightness is a bit too high, so darkness will be a little bit of your best friend when it comes to playing this game. The character design is 10 out of 10 stars. Absolutely love the design of the characters. Everyone in the games, as well as the monsters, are so unique compared to the other Resident Evil games. I was not once disappointed in anyone or anything's design. The sound design is a 10 out of 10 stars as well. I love the sounds of the monsters and how they sound nothing like humans. It really fits them. The music is also wonderful and action-packed. You will always stay on your toes. The gameplay is a 7 out of 10 stars. I thought the game was a really solid kind of game. Not the best, but definitely fun to say the least. There is room for improvement, however, I love how solid the gameplay is. The map is super fun as well. Small, but it really works out for the first-person perspective of, like, you know, being in a couple of different kinds of houses, like the main house, the old house, Lucas's kind of like torture room areas. I don't even know what you want to call them that. And Zoe's little, what do you call it? Zoe's trailer right in the center. That was a neat little touch. I also really loved the scenes for when you go on the cargo ship. Alright, the story is an 8 out of 10. It can get confusing in the beginning, however, it is really interesting to read into all the lore behind the new facility that contests Umbrella Corporation. Thankfully, due to how they set it up, it gets confusing at first, but whenever you actually play through the game, it's so much easier to piece everything together as you go along. I like how some games actually make you look for the lore instead of just throwing it right in your face, so that's kudos to them. Alright, I'd love to give a special thank you to my family, my friends, and my girlfriend for all their constant support. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more. Stay tuned, this is merely the first part of 2 videos for this kind of DLC kind of thing I want to do, where this video is going to be the main game, and for the next video I'm going to have a double feature where I will be covering both the Not a Hero DLC and the End of Zoe DLCs. If you want, comment down below what you want to see next. Thanks for tuning in, hope you enjoyed the content, and share with your friends.